Hello again, folks. It's Hooves of Doom. Um, just want to make a quick video about a topic that's come to my attention. And last fall, I made a video about why Games Workshop states that they are a modeling company. And this is kind of one of those contentious statements that a lot of people repeat constantly. and that video's gotten a number of negative kind of comments over the last few months. But in that video, I listed several reasons why I think it is a reasonable statement for a publicly traded company like Games Workshop to insist that they make models first and perhaps games to a lesser extent. Now, I think it's really important to note that they make that statement in their investors relations tab. It's not on the Games Workshop homepage. It's generally speaking, people don't read investor relations tabs at a number of companies that they might purchase products from. And I think it's always worth considering that many of Games Workshop's competition and other model making companies, they have the same type of policies. And it's actually very common for companies to make models first, and then after they're established to make rules. I'm not going to rehash all my arguments in this video, but the most basic argument would be that if you're trying to attract investors, it makes far more sense to showcase the hundreds and hundreds of beautiful models rather than a really thick rule book that the ideas and concepts within that could simply be stolen or copied by competition. So keep in mind that many of Games Workshop investors have really little to no knowledge about the hobby and the companies, and that they invest in Games Workshop as part of a broader portfolio. In no way, rules are important, but they are in many ways an indirect method to increase model sales. Now, I bring this issue up again because it's still one of the statements that people that are against Games Workshop or angry at Games Workshop use as the method to attack that they're a modeling company, they're not interested in the games. Now, let's get one thing straight. The amount of rulebooks, campaign books, and so on and so forth continue to be released at a very steady pace. But there are also many other positive signs as well that Games Workshop is ramping up the production of games specifically. The announcement last fall that Specialist Games was going to be relaunched caused a lot of excitement that GW was going to be re-releasing many of those older games that we remember from many years ago. But let's not forget that in the past year alone, GW has already produced or released 3 standalone games, as you can see on the screen. And I have yet to purchase a Death Watch Overkill, but I'm sure I will, and I've already purchased the previous 2 games. So here's what I think is somewhat ironic. The reviews for those games have been positive. You might not want to play them repeatedly, but they are still, from what I've been able to gather, fairly good games, and yet many who buy them have still never played them. Now, I'm guilty of this myself. Like I said, I own, I probably pick up the latest one that just came out, and I own the 2 previous ones. I have yet to play them. So I'm pointing at myself as well. And I don't think there's anything wrong with buying them for models. I mean, they're actually pretty good deals for the models. But I would like to think that I will eventually get them out and have a few games. Why not, I guess. But I kid you not, on several different forums, I've seen many comments that are along this line. I'm buying that just for the models, which is, okay. Or even more drastic, I'm tossing the game out and keeping the models. I've seen that a few times. And I realize that people are using the models for existing games, but I just find the whole situation ironic because it's like the classic, like GW could just be making those boxes without the game in there, and we probably all be running and buying it regardless. So I just find it really ironic that's like a line of attack. Like Games Workshop's not making games; they're making tons of games, but we're actually buying the models instead. So just maybe an idea to think about a little bit. And if you guys want to tell me what you think, that'd be awesome. Have a good one.